guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I will be doing a what's on my iPhone. So this is my iPhone. I have the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and I've had this for like 3 years, since I was in 8th grade, and I think it's the titanium one. I'm gonna take off my case even though it is very cracked. This is my iPhone. It is cracked, as you can see right there, but it is like the titanium matte black. I'm pretty sure. I'm not even sure, it's just black. Screen recording, and the screen will obviously be right here. Okay, so this is my lock screen. From the title you can tell that this video is going to be like my whole phone is fall theme, because like fall is up and coming and summer is over. But yeah, so I have a deer, and then I have the weather, which is rainy right now. But then I have my Apple Watch rings, which I don't have my Apple Watch on, which is why it shows nothing is closed. And then my sub count, which is 251. So yeah, first page you will see is, well, this is my like background. You can't really tell, but it's like a sweater pattern, which is white. And then all these widgets are obviously fall themed again. So the top widget, the medium one, it is a deer print, like on matching like my lock screen. And then it says the day, the date, and then the time. And then the one below it, we have a cat with like the cat eyes. As you can see, if you see my other what's on my iPad, like there's obviously a pattern with cats. I don't know why all of my widgets, like whenever I redesign my phone, a cat always ends up on it. I hate cats though. Then we have Ugg boots, which is obviously like fall, because that's when everybody starts to wear Uggs. And then we have a brown sweater pattern, which matches like the background. Then when you finally scroll to the right, you have the first widget, which is like a coffee with like cream swirling around. And then, guys, I made such a good coffee today, by the way. It was immaculate. And then we have like cinnamon rolls, and then 2 teddy bears, with one with glasses on, and then like with a brown hoodie on. Okay, now we can finally get into like the folders part of this video, like all the apps. So my first folder, this is kind of like social media and stuff. So we have TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Messages, Facebook, FaceTime, Life 360, phone, YouTube, and then Pinterest. So this is my TikTok. Okay, this is my like content TikTok page if you want to follow it. I just posted to get rid of me. Yeah. And then this is my Instagram. I don't really use Instagram a lot, but you can follow it. I don't post on it either. And then Snapchat, I just use that for streaks. And then Life 360, where you can just track your family or friends. And then Pinterest is just like, this is my Pinterest. Hello, what is this? Okay, and then we have my favorite folder, which is my YouTube folder. So in this we have the camera, which is obviously camera, Canva, CapCut, and Collage, Fonto, Photo Room, Photos, Pixar, YouTube Studio, Sub Count, and then Creativity Tracker. Hello, I don't know what that is. So Canva, I don't really use it. I just use it sometimes. I barely use it. I don't even remember last time I've used it. And CapCut is where I edit everything, like literally everything. In Collage is where I line up photos for my thumbnail. Fonto is where let me show you, where I can do like this. And then Photo Room is where I remove the background. YouTube Studio is where I look at my analytics. So pretty much like this stuff. Pixar is how I outline myself on thumbnails. And then Sub Count is my sub count, which is 251 followers and 29,900 viewers. And then I don't really know what this is. I just downloaded it. I never used it. And then for my next folder with the teddy bear, this is pretty much like my entertainment, which is I don't really watch stuff on my phone, which is why like none of this is downloaded. I have music, BandLab, Hulu, Netflix, Peacock, Prime Video, and then Tubi. Music is where I listen to all my music, so yeah, this is all my stuff. I have mad playlists. But then BandLab, I've made a diss track before, and that's why I have BandLab. I just have it on, and just in case I need to make another diss track. And then all this stuff is not downloaded because I watch it on my iPad or my computer. So yeah. Then we have my games folder, which I love. I have Drop the Number, Hole.io, Imposter, Paper.io, Roblox, and Solitaire. Most of you guys probably don't know what Solitaire is. My grandma taught me how to play it when I was like 7 years old, and I've been obsessed with it ever since. And then Imposter, if I feel like everyone knows what imposter is, and you need to have imposter on your phone just in case in the Roblox. And then yeah, my favorite game here is Roblox and Ohio. And then the next folder we have is my fitness folder. So I have Chronometer, Fitness, Strive, Nike Run Club, Strava, and Edge Fitness. Chronometer is where I like track my protein intake for the day, and then Fitness is just like the Apple Fitness where it shows all my like when I like do my workouts. Strive is how I measure the weights I'm doing when I'm at the gym, like the progress I'm making. Nike Run Club and Strava is like for running, tracking my miles, tracking my progress, tracking my PRs. Then Edge Fitness is just like for the gym, how I get into the gym. This is my shopping folder. Ticketmaster, Fashion Nova, Copra, Depop, Goat, H&M, Sephora, Shein, Target. I truly don't even like, my favorite store is not even on this. So I really don't use none of this stuff except Depop. Other than that, I don't really use any of these apps. So I don't even know why it's on my phone. But I love Depop. Oh, I use Shein. Actually, I have a Shein order. Where's it at? And then, wait, I use Target a lot. Actually, I lied. I do like me some Target. And then I have food. Oh my gosh. So I have Kava, Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, DoorDash, Dunkin', McDonald's, Pancheros, Starbucks. How do I have Starbucks twice? And then Pliable. I use Kava. If you guys don't know what Kava is, it's just like a healthy Chipotle. No, it's Mediterranean food, but it's very, very healthy in my opinion. Because I usually just get like the lettuce. I try to not get rice, but yeah, when I want to get healthy food but I want to get fast food, I just get Kava. And then, or Chick-fil-A is very good if you like don't get like the fries and all the greasy stuff. And then Pliable. Oh, I was obsessed with Pliable freshman year, and then I found out how much sugar was in it and I had to stop eating it. I'm not gonna say it for y'all's sake just in case y'all love it, but Pancheros is like another Chipotle, but I feel like it's more authentic and it's so good. It's so good. Okay, then next thing I have is Student, Big Future School, Buzzzone, Goth, and then Gmail. This is like my school folder. Student is how I view my schedule, view everything like my grades, announcement that this district is making, like all that type of stuff. Buzzzone is how I track my buzz. Goth is like, it just helps me with like problems for math. And then Gmail is just how I communicate with my teachers. And then my next thing, totally ruining the aesthetic, but this is like on this stuff and like find apps and folders. I just be on this part where it's all the apps that I use mostly. So I have Pinterest. Obviously when you press on this widget, it goes to the Pinterest thing that's showing. And I don't know why, but it doesn't show nothing aesthetic except like widget layouts, because I've been redoing my stuff. And I have fitness. I don't have my Apple Watch on, and then my sub count stuff, and then I already went over all this stuff. Pretty much it of this video and what's on my phone. I've never done this before, so I hope it's good. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.